Hey there guys, this is Joey and this is a VR to Kitty the Dreamer's video, A Cauldron of Stones. And she showed some of her wonderful crystals and stones on her video, and I thought I will do a VR because I'm a little bit obsessed with crystals. I didn't realise quite how obsessed I am until I put them all out together, because these come from all, they come from all over different places and different uses, and only when I put them all out together did I realise quite how bad my apparent obsession with crystals is. And the sad thing is I haven't got all of them. Like, there are some still on the altars that I don't feel the need to show because they're just similar to others. For example, yeah. I could set up shop with you. I wouldn't, because they're mine and no one's allowed them. So. But I thought I would go through them and show you some of the different crystals and stones I have and how much I love them, and as a VR to her video, just because I love crystals and it's really positive, and I'm trying to keep up that positive energy, and crystals are great for that. So the first one I'm going to show you is actually not mine. This is a citrine cluster that I bought for the gnome. There we go. Now, I can't recommend the place we got it from because it's sat on this bubble wrap because it actually is quite crumbling off underneath, and it's a shame because the top of the crystal is absolutely beautiful. And we keep this big chunk of citrine by the gnome's computer to try and give him some positive, happy vibes, happy energies, and that sort of thing. I actually don't have many big beds of crystals like this one. I would like a big bed of crystal of amethyst like this for myself, because as you are about to find out, I am completely and utterly obsessed with amethyst, and I don't have a big bed of it, so I would like a big bed of it. Okay, so where should we start? I think we'll start with the stuff that's off the normal altar. So this video came at quite a good time because I'm readjusting my seasonal altar. I readjust it in between now and Letha, so it's more about my spirit, and then come Letha it changes over again. So these two are candle holders for the god and the goddess off my main altar, my seasonal altar. I don't think main altar is right, it's more of a seasonal altar. And this one is for the god and this one is for the goddess. And they would have candles stuck in the middle. I don't know if I've got any candles close by. I do have the Letha ones, actually. So I'll just grab one. These are from last year. This is the god candle for Letha. So that would sit in the middle. It's got a spike on, so I'll just pop it on without actually pushing down. So he would sit like that, and then the goddess one would sit there. Pop him off in a minute. And I use crystals that resonate with me as in sort of an offering to the god and the goddess and as symbols of them. So each has their own rose quartz rough cluster, I guess. It's like a big stone, and it's absolutely beautiful. They are. I got these two at a local holistic shop. They actually do a lot of therapies and stuff, but they sell crystals as well. And I also got the amethyst from there. So the god has this rough point of amethyst, and then the goddess has her one. Amethyst is my spirit stone. It's the stone I connect most with. It's the one I've always loved. It's the one that resonates with me as being my connection to spirit, and therefore that's why I have them for deity in particular. And then I have a sunstone for the god. That one's from Pagan Dreams, I believe. And a moonstone. That one's also from Pagan Dreams. for the goddess. And then these were gifts. Now, I love these. They're called dragon's eggs here in England, but apparently they're also known as seer's stones. This one is ametrine. Now, if I can get it right in the light, you'll be able to see. Can you see the orange there of the citrine? Fusion. It's being all argumentative. The light's a bit odd in this room again. If I just sit it there, you can actually see it. Okay, and then the amethyst one. Maybe it'd be better to move you over there. Ha! There you go. And then the amethyst one. Is for the goddess. And there's something amazingly spiritual about dragon's egg seer stones, whatever you want to call them. Things moving in my room because I'm talking about spirit, as they do. And oh, the herbs, by the way, are seasonal. They change with the seasons, but the stones stay the same. There's something deeply spiritual about dragon's egg seer stones. There's something about the way you look into them and you're not seeing the entire picture, but you're seeing fragments and glimpses and sparkles, and you know there's more to it, but you can't always see it. And I think that's very symbolic of how I view my relationship with deity. So we will carry on with what's been on my main altar. So this is some cherry quartz that was there for Beltane. 1 second. Sorry about that, just had to sort something out. There we go. So cherry quartz is, as someone pointed out, it's a man-made stone, but you can use it for hope, antidepressants, relief from anxiety, sexual problems, and helps see the bigger picture. I had these for Beltane. I thought they were a beautiful colour and resonance for Beltane, even though they are man-made. And so they were part of my Beltane celebrations. I thought the colours were spot on and beautiful. Eep. As we move over, more amethyst. So the amethyst rings on my altar are always present, and I have, this is an amethyst point, an absolutely beautiful little devil. This is what my gnome bought me for Yule, along with some other crystals. He bought me a lot of crystals last Yule. It was amazing. I was just like in tears with how wonderful it was, and oh, it feels so cold and so beautiful. And that actually goes at the front on the altar, and then there is the ring of the smaller amethyst beds. I really love this one. This is a darker one that my sister bought me, my real life sister, blood sister. And the rest I've come from metaphysical shops rather than online, I believe. And then my Nomi bought me this, which is my power cauldron with quartz chips in it. And it's basically it's a power cauldron. I don't know how else to put that. It's a representation of my relationship with deity, my own spiritual awareness, my own spiritual power, etc. And then these, this was from a metaphysical shop. Isn't this pretty? This huge, and it was quite inexpensive. I can't remember. I think it was £1. And for that sort of size in England anyway is pretty good. And then these beautiful amethyst tumble stones, which also sit in a ring on my main altar. I have a collection of tiger's eye and a collection of rainbow moonstone here, and this goes in a straight line across the main altar to represent the god side, and this goes in a straight line to represent the goddess side. So if you want to know what that looks like, have a look at the Beltane altar, and it just shows you it's straight lines down when everything else is a circle, and it's just sort of the intersection of the god and the goddess, and being very aware of their presence through crystal form, and I think Tiger's Eye is a wonderful sun connection. I always call it the shield crystal because that's the sort of energy I think it has. It is courage, it's quite masculine. It's that, if you imagine it like having a shield on your arm and smacking it against your chest, like boom, I think that's the sort of energy that Tiger's Eye has. Whereas Rainbow Moonstone is beautiful and ethereal and delicate but still strong and very, very beautiful and very, very feminine. So I think the last things that I have down here that are from my main altar are the crystals which are relevant to each element. I have crystals in each elemental point of the main altar. So, as well as these little elemental guardians, aren't they cute? So again, I have 3 types of the dragon's egg for spirits, and I've already sort of talked about that, how it looks like you're seeing something but not the whole picture, and that's how I think of spirit. And we have rose quartz, amethyst and clear quartz for them. And then there's air. Now I'm going to see if I can remember all of these. There's white howlite, there's turquoise howlite, there's citrine stone, a very clear citrine stone, it's blue calcite and celestite, I believe. Yeah, it is. And sometimes these are what are like, you know, official, what is associated with air, and sometimes it's just how I feel about them. Like other people might disagree that they were a particular stone, but that's how I feel about them, so that's where they go. So then we have earth, and this is preodite, which my very good friend Jenny sent me. She also was the person who sent me the these, amongst other things, bless her. Because she knew I lost a lot of my crystals when I left my mother's house. I lost nearly all of them, and she sent me some to cheer me up. She was amazing. And she sent me the peridot down here. Right, so this one, these two were ordered from Pagan Dreams, and this one was called moss agate and this one's called tree agate, and I'm not entirely sure that they're not exactly the same type of stone. However, they do look different, because tree moss agate and moss agate, I don't know if they're supposed to be different or not, but they have a lovely shape to both of them. And then Dalmatian jasper. And they sit with the Earth Guardian. And then fire. Here's the Fire Guardian. Whee! So there's orange calcite here. And that's another one from Jenny. And this is a fire agate. And look at its sort of dragony scales on it. It's incredible. Looks like a little dragon's egg. I'll be the next Daenerys yet, only my dragon will be this big. Obsidian. A beautiful tiger's eye, look at that. Look at that, it's just amazing. And then a rhodonite. And that's for the fire corner. All of these can be used to work with each element, or as a representative of each element, or just in honour to each element, and they sort of do all of these things on my altar. And this is water. And we have, this is an ametrine. And then, let's move these out of the way and see if we can just focus by moving them this way a bit. That's a bit better. Rose quartz, sodalite, I believe this one was amazonite, and then blue lace agate. Just like a droplet of rain, it's incredible. Okay, so moving around, what should we do next? Should we do my creative stones next? Okay, so this is a bowl of amethyst stones, chips, and they vary in size in the ones I've just got. So for example, this one is quite a larger one, and then there's a little one, and then that one is a little one, and they come in like a variation. Like this one has quite red undertones. The one I picked, oh, that one's a pretty one. Look at that one. And whereas this one has a combination from dark to light, and then this is quite light. Anyway, so this is a whole big bag of them, and I have used quite a lot of them already. And I actually sometimes, when I'm really stressed out, I just go through these. I sit there and I go through and I look at them and I feel better. And that might be weird, but I enjoy amethyst very, very much, and they bring me a good sense of peace. Sometimes I use these in spirit type spells, so I think it was Ostara I did one, and I filled a little jar with them and popped a candle in and just allowed some spiritual healing that way. And I also use them in creative projects a lot. I enjoy working with crystals within creative projects, so I've got some over the other side. So I'll just pop that back over there and go over here. So it's just examples of how I have used, and the first two are both the amethyst. So this is my crystal spirit poppet for me, and I've shown him before on the crystal spirit video, but he has points of amethyst sealed into the wax for all the major points, and it's to bring healing to myself. This is for me, no one else. And then this is one of my candles, my crystal spirit candle with the, with the points of amethyst all the way around the outside. So that's another way. And this is an oil, my Angelica oil that I showed from Beltane, and you can see down the bottom is chips of tourmaline to empower personal oils. And then, ooh, you're going to be funny. Do you need to zoom out? Is that better? There you go. This is my spirit altar box for the Espats, and I created this. So the triple goddess is the amethyst chips in the triple goddess sign. I also have types of moonstone on here, which obviously I didn't create, I bought them. This one is moonstone, it was a lot darker. This is a rainbow moonstone like you saw before, and then this circular around here of Orphan Pagan Dreams of the lighter colour moonstone. And I have the moonstone on here for the, literally for the moon, for the goddess, for celebrating her at the Espat. So, where should we go next? God, it's never bloody ending, is it? You like crystals, right? I know I do. Can you tell? Right, so over here are crystals that I use in crystal grids. We have some more amethyst, some more of the points, and some more tumblestones. I buy tumblestones, by the way, or I have bought tumblestones from Geofossils or through Amazon. I would recommend them from tumblestones. I would not recommend them for anything but tumblestones. For anything else, try and get them in your local shops or whatever. There's hematite here for grounding and balance. Obsidian, again, for a really strong protective vibe. There is citrine in there, which is my happy sunstone, which recharges all the energies within the crystal grid. There is my pink rose quartz wand. And then my selenite point and my black agate point. Selenite one is fairly, actually they're both fairly new. I'm considering making a double generator crystal grid with using both points for the balance. I'm considering it. I haven't got over the details yet, but I love those. Oh, actually, I haven't shown you what crystals are on the triple goddess thing, and that's my main altar as well. So this is my triple goddess. It's a statue. It's actually an oil burner. I use it as a statue thing and it gets turned around. In the middle is the amethyst orb that October sent me. There is 3 points of amethyst underneath. There is a amethyst spirit quartz there and another amethyst. I don't know if we can see it. Oh, never mind. There's another point of amethyst round the back. We know about amethyst now, so... Okay, so next up is my jewellery. Let's move in. Okay, so these two are what Jenny sent me. Rose quartz points and a carnelian point for protection and joy and love. My little triquetra that goes on the chain with them. And this is a jar of tourmaline chips. I sent some to Lauren Belladonna and I got some for me at the same time. And they're really protective and wonderful. And I think what we have left now is what's from the Morrigan altar. Yep. And then we're done. Hooray! You're sick of me. Joe, all these crystals, I mean, do you do anything else? No, not really. So in my blessing salt jar is this great chunky piece of citrine. Sometimes this gets used in crystal grits. Sometimes I use it within healing, and most of the time it sits there and recharges my blessing salt, like so. And then in the offering bowl currently is silverleaf jasper, rainbow hematite and an opalite. Very spiritual stones. Okay, so we'll move those out of the way. Now this is my Orthioceras. This is a fossil. It's spear shaped and I've had this a good while now. And if you go on my Matron Goddess video, it came to me the same time as the Morrigan did, and it was very, very clear that I needed to buy it. The shape, this one in particular, and I had to have this. Now this was actually from a crystal shop in the city centre. I don't know if they're there anymore or not, rather than the one that I usually go to a town over. And it's amazing. It's good for grounding, it's good for protection, it's strong, it's warrior-esque. It's fantastic. It keeps you calm and grounded in periods of immense stress. I love it. It's one of my favourites to work with, for sure. And then we have obsidian arrowheads for the goddess. That is a